Joining us now to help unpack the Kim Potter trial and today's testimony is a legal expert, Bernarda Villalona. She is joining us from Joey Jackson Law. Bernarda, welcome. Thank you for being with us. Kim Potter gave a very emotional testimony today. The jury will deliberate next week. What do you think will stick with the jurors from Potter's own words?
So in regards to Kim Potter's testimony today, yes, it was very emotional, but to me, it came off as a performance in the sense that it didn't come off as genuine. But then again, I'm not one of the jurors who's going to be deliberate on her fate. So we'll see what the jury actually thinks of her performance. If you compare it to what happened on April 11th of 2021, and that's what Kim Potter was trying to recreate, that emotion from that day, she failed in that sense because she had more emotion on April 11th of 2021 that she did on the stand today. But regardless, the jurors, they are human, and they will take that into account in terms of her crying and her apologies. But it's not about her crying and apologizing today. It's about her actions on April 11th of 2021.
So it sounds like, as you said, if you were on the jury, you would think that she hurt her case by taking the stance. Okay, but you think the jury, it's too difficult to tell at this point?
It's going to all come down to closing arguments because, as you know from watching the trial, there were many inconsistencies in the prosecution's own case. When you have your own witnesses testifying, and that's Sergeant Johnson, that it was appropriate for Kim Potter to even use deadly force in the situation, that presents a big problem for the prosecution. In terms of Kim Potter testifying, I think she hurt herself more than she benefited herself because she was very inconsistent in terms of her demeanor and her believability on the stand. She was very aggressive doing cross-examination. She was trying to hide. She wasn't direct with her answers, and jurors take that into account when determining credibility, especially since she couldn't answer the basic question of when she was confronted with the gun and the taser, doesn't a gun weigh more than a taser? And she said, I don't know, which I think that is so apparent. The deceiving part of that is so apparent. And I believe that the jury should be able to see through that.
Now, you've said on this show that there was a battle of the experts on the question of what's reasonable use of force in this situation. Manslaughter, as we know, is about recklessness and negligence, not an intent to kill. So that's a nuance that the jurors really have to think through and sift through. How do you think they are going to process that?
So that's going to be very difficult for the jury to process, especially because it wasn't just a battle of the experts, but like I stated before, the own witnesses of the prosecution said that the force that Kim Potter used, whether it was deadly with a firearm or her original intent of using a taser, was actually called for in this circumstance. However, the jury is going to have to focus on the closing arguments, and I really hope that the prosecutor hones in that you have a woman 26 years on the force, that for at least 19 years, she kept that taser on the left-hand side. And each year that she possessed that taser, she took training. In that training, she signed off on that training that she acknowledged the risk that could happen if you mistake your gun for your taser. So all that training needs to be put in front of the jury and emphasized for the jury that because of that training, she was reckless. Because of that training, she was negligent. And in addition to that, that even through her own basic day in and out going to work, she failed on multiple times even to test that taser, which is required by every police officer who owns a taser. And she had to admit that during her testimony on cross-examination today.
Bernarda, thank you. Bernarda Villalona.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.